2006年，欧盟推出绿色首都竞赛，从交通、空气品质、废弃物处理、土地永续利用，对全球气候变迁等11个面向评量城市的表现。经过1年多的时间，2轮评选，人口仅有81万的瑞典首都斯德哥尔摩获选为欧盟2010年的绿色首都，成为全球永续生活的新典范。当中最引人注目的就是斯德哥尔摩市的市长布莱霍姆，他运用减法的智慧，创造了许多绿色奇迹，不但解决现代都市的恼人问题，也带领他的市民与地球共生共存。
大家好，我是包姐生，欢迎收看我们的节目《城市向上行，全民拚环保》。Welcome to our program. Today we're going to be talking about environmental protection, and we're very fortunate to have the heads of 2 different cities, one that's close to home and one that's a very famous city in Europe, who will come together today and talk with us about environmental protection. Now, in today's Twin Cities Environmental Summit, we're going to explore how cities can promote sustainable development while also learning from the experience of the capital of Sweden, Stockholm. A lot of people may have heard that in February of this year, Stockholm was selected from among 35 cities to be, by the European Commission to be the green capital of Europe. And we're very fortunate today to have the Lord Mayor of Stockholm with us, Mr. Bo Bladum. He's here with us today. And also today, the Magistrate of Taipei County, Mr. Zhou Xiwei, is also here with us. And Magistrate Zhou and Mayor Bladum are going to have an exchange about how environmental protection can be achieved while also maintaining sustainable development. Now, in modern times, politicians always talk about environmental protection, but these days things are different. People expect environmental protection to actually be achieved. So what we'd like to do today is try to learn from the experience of Europe's green capital, Stockholm, and see how this experience can be used as a lesson or perhaps as a milestone for Taipei County. So first of all, we'd like to introduce Mayor Bladum. Welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Nice to have you. First of all, some of the audience in Taiwan may not be familiar with the city of Stockholm. Everyone knows a lot of good Swedish products, good Swedish music, good Swedish cars, good Swedish furniture. But today we'd like to introduce our viewers to the Swedish capital, the city of Stockholm. Can you give us a brief introduction to the city?
Thank you. Stockholm is the capital of Sweden, and the capital of Scandinavia too. We have 800,000 inhabitants, but the city is growing by 10,000 every year. We have a big tech industry in Stockholm and a large financial sector. Stockholm is surrounded by water, 14 islands and 57 bridges make up the city. It's a new city. It's a nice city to live in with clean and lots of green areas.
So Magistrate Zhou, perhaps you would like to introduce Taipei County to Mayor Bladum.
Oh yes, good morning. Taipei County is the biggest constituency in Taiwan, which has just more than 3.8 million residents. But unfortunately, we were seriously polluted a few years ago. We just won the Cleanest City Award last year. And we also are the city which has the cleanest air improvement and the river improvement for the two past years. And we are facing also low carbon policy challenges because we have more than 2 million motorcycles and more than 1 million cars in our city. And that generates more than 1/3 of carbon emission. We also have a Thai power company which has many factories in Taipei County, which generates more than 50% of the carbon dioxide emission in the county. So we are facing this global warming effects. Also, we are also worrying about a flood issue here because the Taipei Basin is where we are located, which is only 4 meters above sea level. Just imagine this. What if sea level rises more than 4 meters? Then Taipei Basin will become Taipei Lake. And that's the threats we're facing. So we're taking actions now to improve our low carbon emission policy. We're taking care of pollution issues too, to make Taipei County the EP concerned and EP city according to global standards.
Now, we know that Stockholm has been very, very successful in increasing environmental protection and awareness and in reducing carbon. And one of the most important tools that Stockholm has used to achieve this goal is the so-called congestion fee. We know that after this congestion fee was implemented, the people of Stockholm actually approved continuing this policy through a referendum. And I would like to ask the mayor to introduce us a little bit to this congestion fee. How did it start, and how did the people of Stockholm come to accept this system?
There is a general desire among the citizens in Stockholm to preserve the environment, and initiatives that work towards this goal are often welcomed in Stockholm. Of course, there was an initial resistance from the people living outside of the city center. But with the time, most people have accepted the system and now choose to travel in more environmental efficient way. It is crucial to make it easier for people to use public transport to reduce traffic in the city. It has to be an attractive alternative to driving cars. Stockholm, for example, increased the number of direct buses into the city. And this was one of the reasons people choose to leave their cars at home. Yes.
You know, that Magistrate Zhou has already publicly made a pledge to make Taipei County the leading local government in all of Taiwan for carbon reduction.
Yes.
And I'd like to ask Magistrate Zhou, how do you intend to achieve this goal?
It's a big challenge to us, I have to tell you, but we are quite optimistic about this because we did some calculation. You know, where are the sources of carbon dioxide emission in Taipei County? We also formed some task forces helping people, especially factories, to reduce their resources use and reduce wastes to make clean production. Also, we are trying to build and improve public transit system, very similar to what Stockholm has now. Is because we are building MRT system and connect it with the bus systems here. That means you drive less in the future, but you use more public transit system in the future to reduce carbon dioxide emission. Also, those factories, if we help them to teach them so they can use less resources and generates less carbon dioxide emission, that goal can be achieved. The goal is set now. We want to reduce 20% of the level of 2006 carbon dioxide emission by year 2026. So the goal is there. And we're having many approaches and form many task forces. Also have an organization, institute in Taipei County. This is the first institute in government organization to help community to have low carbon life. We send people to communities to talk to them and help them to learn how to save water, save energy, also use more public transit system. By doing that, they know they can also save money. So it's kind of a soft approach, but we're actually doing it.
And we know that in the city of Stockholm, already 30% of the city's residents either walk or ride a bicycle to work every day, and another 60% of the city's residents use public transportation. How did Stockholm do this? That's an amazing achievement.
First of